Artillery has been called the king of the battlefield throughout the war in Ukraine. It's been essential to the Russian strategy to hold Ukrainian forces at bay and push their lines forward. It's estimated that Russia has been firing around 10,000 artillery rounds per day and is producing 3 million rounds of artillery per year. It's also said that this artillery is responsible for 70% of all casualties in Ukraine. It's estimated that in early 2024, Russia still had 6,786 towed and 2,961 self-propelled artillery pieces remaining in storage. But with all that firepower, it's Russia that is worried about the latest development on the battlefield. A self-propelled artillery monster being deployed by Ukraine that Russia is calling their worst nightmare. The nightmare, actually two nightmares, are known as Caesar and the Archer, two sophisticated pieces of mobile artillery being supplied to Ukraine by France and Sweden, respectively. Caesar is an artillery truck that can transport a 155mm howitzer gun, while the Archer vehicle boasts a fortified armored cab that packs a similar artillery punch and has a high degree of automation. While they make up only a modest portion of Ukraine's artillery vehicles, they are sufficiently technologically superior that the Russians are referring to them as nightmares. They are particularly effective in shoot-and-scoot engagement, which is slowly and steadily changing the war in Ukraine. When it comes to artillery vehicles, Ukraine's arsenal is much smaller than that of Russia. They have a total of only around 1,600 artillery vehicles, of which only 400 are modern weapons they have received from their allies, which is why the French Caesar has provided one of the most significant boosts to Ukraine's artillery power. The name Caesar is an acronym for the French phrase camion équipé d'un système d'artillerie, meaning truck equipped with artillery system. Engineered by the French defense contract Giat Industries, now operating under the banner of KNDS France, the Caesar was first deployed in Afghanistan in 2009. It has since been used effectively in Mali, Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, the Sahel region of Africa, the broader Middle East, and even parts of East Asia. The archetypal 6x6 configuration of the Caesar artillery system is built upon the foundation of a Renault Sherpa 5 military transport chassis, modified with an armored cab to protect the crew from small arms fire and shrapnel. The personnel transport bed has been removed from the truck platform, which has been modified to accommodate a powerful 155mm howitzer gun. This main armament is capable of firing NATO standard shells of both 39 caliber and the longer-ranged 52 caliber, offering a flexible range of ammunition options. The Caesar's operations depend on its sophisticated autonomous weapon network. This advanced system integrates a high-precision inertial navigation system, which allows the artillery piece to accurately determine its position and orientation even in GPS-denied environments. Complementing this is a state-of-the-art ballistic computer, which rapidly calculates the complex firing solutions required for accurate targeting, taking into account factors such as range, wind conditions, and projectile type. Despite its formidable firepower, the Caesar is designed to be operated by a relatively small crew. A standard team is comprised of just 5 personnel, but the Caesar can be operated by a reduced emergency crew of only 3 individuals. Typically, 4 team members are responsible for manually handling and loading the substantial 155mm shells and propellant charges onto a loading stretcher. From this stretcher, the ammunition is automatically fed into the breech of the howitzer, streamlining the loading process and enhancing the rate of fire. The 5th member of the crew, the commander, assumes the critical responsibilities of target acquisition, coordination with fire control, and ultimately the command and release of the artillery rounds. This can be done from inside the cab or behind the weapons system. The Caesar has an internal ammunition capacity of 18 rounds. It can fire 3 rapid rounds in less than 20 seconds, or up to 6 rounds per minute. With an accelerated 3-round volley, the first round will hit its target up to 25 miles away just as the third round is being loaded, allowing the crew to pack up and move on before their position is detected and a counterattack launched. With special ammunition, the Caesar can have an extended firing range of up to 42 kilometers. To ensure the accuracy and stability of the heavy artillery piece during firing, the Caesar is equipped with a robust stabilizer foot that is deployed at the rear of the truck chassis. This counteracts the significant recoil generated by the 155mm howitzer, preventing the vehicle from jumping or shifting during the firing sequence. The Caesar's design is a balance of firepower and tactical mobility. Just 30 feet long and 8 feet wide, it presents a compact profile, enhancing its maneuverability in various terrains. It can reach up to 50 km per hour in off-road conditions and a swift 90 km per hour on paved roads. Furthermore, the Caesar's relatively light weight of only 18 tons allows it to be rapidly deployed via strategic airlift by fixed-wing transport aircraft such as the A400M, C-17, or Antonov AN-124, making it far more mobile than many other artillery systems in its class. Beyond its technical capabilities, the Caesar is cost-effective at around $4 million per unit. This enables the potential for widespread deployment. Between the onset of the full-scale invasion in 2022 and the end of 2024, France has supplied Ukraine with a significant number of these artillery systems, with reports indicating that 78 Caesar units have been delivered. Despite the intense combat conditions, the losses sustained by Ukrainian Caesars have been relatively low, with only 5 reported as lost and 3 as damaged during this period. This is a rate of around 10%, while they experience a loss rate of around 30% with other types of artillery. Meanwhile, the Swedish Archer artillery system, officially designated as the FH-77BWL-52, is another cutting-edge, self-propelled howitzer that shares the core concept of a truck-mounted artillery piece with the French Caesar, but is different in several important ways. Manufactured in Sweden, it's become closely associated with its adoption by the British Army. The Archer is built upon a heavily modified 6x6 chassis derived from the robust Volvo A30D articulated dump truck, a testament to the Swedish approach of leveraging proven commercial platforms for military applications. The adaptation includes an armored and pressurized cab, providing protection for its lean crew of just 3 personnel against small arms fire, artillery fragments, and other threats. One of the Archer's most striking features is its high degree of automation, which extends to its ammunition handling. Unlike the Caesar, where rounds are manually loaded onto a stretcher before automated feeding, the Archer boasts an internal magazine capable of holding 21 complete preloaded rounds. Consequently, in critical situations or emergencies, the Archer can indeed be operated by a single crew member from within the protected confines of the cab. Like the Caesar, the Archer is armed with a powerful 155mm howitzer gun, adhering to NATO standards and capable of firing a wide array of ammunition types. The Archer's speed in transitioning between movement and firing is a defining characteristic of its battlefield effectiveness. It needs less than 30 seconds from the moment the operators receive a call for fire to bring the vehicle to a halt, automatically position it for action, and fire the first round. This is crucial for engaging fleeting targets and minimizing the platform's exposure to retaliatory enemy fire. Once the fire mission is complete, the Archer can rapidly displace, requiring just another 30 seconds to be on its way. The Archer possesses an impressive rate of fire, capable of unleashing 9 rounds in less than 60 seconds. Its maximum firing range is approximately 25 miles with standard high-explosive projectiles, and this range can be extended further with specialized extended-range ammunition. A particularly innovative feature of the Archer's fire control system is its ability to automatically adjust the angle of fire for each subsequent round. This allows the system to fire multiple rounds seconds apart, yet have all of them arrive at the intended target simultaneously. This multiple rounds simultaneous impact capability overwhelms enemy defenses by delivering a concentrated barrage without allowing time for reaction or countermeasures. Furthermore, the Archer is equipped with Barracuda multispectral camouflage netting. This advanced camouflage technology is specifically designed to disrupt detection by a range of sensors, including night vision devices and thermal cameras commonly employed by drones to locate and track artillery positions. The Barracuda netting effectively reduces the Archer's thermal and visual signature, enhancing its concealment and survivability on the battlefield. The Archer comes with a higher production cost compared to the Caesar, estimated at around $13 million per unit, reflecting its more advanced automation and integrated features. Despite the higher cost, Sweden has demonstrated its commitment to supporting Ukraine's defense capabilities. As of early 2025, 8 Archer systems have been deployed to Ukraine, and remarkably, none have been reported as lost in combat. Sweden announced in early 2025 its commitment to supply an additional 18 Archer artillery systems to Ukraine. Furthermore, this commitment includes the provision of 5 Arthur counter-battery radar systems. These radar systems are designed to detect the trajectory of incoming enemy artillery fire, allowing friendly forces to quickly and accurately locate the enemy's firing positions and respond effectively. This has the potential to be one of the most significant game-changing moves in the war. But when the size of Russia's artillery force still dwarfs that of Ukraine, why are these 2 pieces of equipment making such a big difference and causing the Russians so many headaches? Because the war is an attrition ground war, where gaining control of ground territory, occupying it and holding it is highly important. This places artillery in the center of the picture. It plays a crucial role in both offensive and defensive operations, suppressing enemy infantry and armor, destroying fortifications, disrupting logistics, and providing essential fire support for advancing troops. The sheer volume of artillery employed by both sides underscores its importance. The introduction of advanced artillery systems like the French Caesar and the Swedish Archer has significantly altered Ukraine's capabilities, giving it a qualitative artillery advantage over Russia's numerical superiority in that area. Russia is using a variety of artillery systems that differ significantly from Ukraine's updated arsenal. Russia relies heavily on towed howitzers like the D-30 120mm and the 2A-65 Muster B 152mm guns. These require significant time to put in position for firing and then to displace, making them highly vulnerable to counterfire. This is underscored by the fact that Russia is estimated to have lost more than 25,000 artillery systems since the start of the war. Towed artillery also generally carries less ammunition, meaning that they require more time to rearm and redeploy, and can't be diverted to targets quickly for an agile response to new intel. Russia does have some self-propelled howitzers like the 2S1 Gvozdika 122mm and the 2S3 Akatsiya 152mm, both of which have a much shorter range and lower rate of fire than the Caesar and the Archer. The 2S1 Gvozdika 122mm has been around since 1972 and has a conventional range of just 15 km and an extended range of 21.9 km. The 2S3 Akatsiya 152mm has been around since 1968 and has a conventional firing range of just 18.5 km and an extended range of 24 km. But Russia also has some new innovative weapons. The 2S19 Mr. S 152mm howitzer offers respectable firepower with a maximum range of 36 km with rocket-assisted rounds. Entering service in 1989, it can fire at a rate of 7 to 8 rounds per minute and has a conventional range of just under 25 km and an extended range of up to 36. The 2S35 Koalitsiya SV 152mm is Russia's most advanced self-propelled howitzer. It features a fully automated loading system and a reported range of 70 to 80 km with specialized rounds and a rate of fire of around 16 rounds per minute for the dual-barrel version prototype. However, deployment to Ukraine has been limited. While the artillery has been around since at least 2015, it's not been in serial production. Several rounds of state testing and experimentation mean that there are still only a small number of them active in Ukraine. Consequently, Russia still has more artillery at its disposal and is using the numbers to its advantage, shooting around 10,000 rounds per day compared to Ukraine's 2,000. However, the technological sophistication of Ukraine's weapons is giving them several important advantages. The Caesar and the Archer have a longer striking distance than most of the artillery used by the Russians, which means they have better access to defensive targets behind disputed borders. This is combined with the Archer's ability to fire multiple rounds for simultaneous impact, which creates a sudden and overwhelming impact, leaving the enemy little time to react or take cover. This means that Ukraine has been effective at disrupting supply lines and targeting command centers. The swiftness with which the Caesar and Archer can be deployed means that they have been more agile than Russian artillery when responding to intel, meaning fewer missed opportunities. The speed with which they can be packed up and moved, plus enhanced camouflage using technology like the Barracuda netting, also means that Ukraine is losing less artillery hardware when compared to Russia. The rapid-fire capability of both the Caesar and the Archer offers a substantial increase in the volume of fire that Ukrainian units can deliver in a short time frame. This rapid-fire capability is vital for overwhelming enemy positions, suppressing counterfire, and providing concentrated support during critical phases of an attack or defense. The integrated advanced fire control systems of the Caesar and the Archer make them more accurate than most of Russia's artillery. This precision reduces ammunition expenditure and increases the effectiveness of each shot, allowing Ukraine to inflict more damage with fewer rounds. Improved accuracy also reduces the risk of civilian casualties and collateral damage. That's an important consideration given the potential ammunition constraints. It's estimated that Ukraine received over 1.5 million howitzer munitions from the Czech Republic alone last year, which is about half of what Russia produced. Further, some of their supply lines are threatened. For example, the Czech Republic is a major supplier, but there is a potential that a pro-Russian government will come to power in the next election. However, since late 2024, Ukraine has been able to produce its own howitzer munitions, which in time will reduce ammunition constraints. Consequently, while Ukraine might still feel like a much smaller player on the battlefield, its technological advantage means that Russia can no longer use a strategy of overwhelming power to push and maintain its position in Ukraine. The Russians seem to be aware of the impact this new artillery is having on the war. In a recent interview on Telegram with Russian military bloggers, gunners expressed their concern about the Caesar, considering it one of the most formidable weapons on the front, and called it a nightmare due to its ability to strike quickly and accurately and then disappear. They also noted that its agility made it exceptionally good at counterfire, resulting in the deaths of a significant number of Russian troops. But while these self-propelled howitzer transports are having a significant impact on the battlefield, they are only some of the weapons that are playing a decisive role in the war. Drones are becoming a game changer, both in terms of reconnaissance and firepower. Ukraine is now producing up to 4 million drones a year, giving it a significant edge over Russia, which claims to be producing around 1.4 million annually. That puts Ukraine ahead by nearly a 3-to-1 margin, a major advantage on the battlefield. Innovation in this area includes the long-range Palyantsia rocket drone, which can strike targets 600 to 700 kilometers away, deep inside Russia. It uses a turbojet engine for speed and a smaller warhead for affordability. Their Dragon drone, meanwhile, is used to drop thermite, a weapon that generates heat of more than 2,200 degrees Celsius or 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which burns and damages almost any material, including military-grade vehicles. While it's not illegal to use thermite, it has questionable ethics, but to date, Ukraine has only used thermite on Russian military positions. Ukraine is also producing a range of first-person view drones that can be used to strike targets while the operator sits 5 kilometers from the front line. Ukraine is also using standard long-range missile systems to strike Russian targets and is currently anticipating the arrival of the Taurus missile with a 500-kilometer range. Using US-supplied ATACMS missile systems, Ukraine has more than 12 successful strikes against key military targets, eliminating Russian air bases, radar stations, communication points, and multiple Russian air defense systems. This has forced Russia to relocate 90% of its aircraft to military bases outside of the missile's striking range. Ukraine's own air defense systems are also a crucial piece of technology that's deciding the war. They currently have more than 500 anti-aircraft platforms in use, which is about a third of all those in Europe, and are using German Gepard and